adventurers, and welcome to something a little bit different. For first things first, super sorry. It's been a while since I've done any official videos here. I think a little over a week. There's a reason behind that, and that's what this video is about. I am making this video to announce a brand new D&D campaign that I am starting on the 16th of September, which is a Wednesday. I've been working on this campaign since December of last year, so it's been a while. I've gotten sidetracked. My health is not helped, but I finally have it ready. I have a cast already. It's going to be super exciting. So I would like to announce Traversing the Veil, my brand new D&D campaign set in the elemental plane of air, in my custom campaign setting of Mendacia. Yeah, but very cool, right? So yes, this is a brand new campaign to give you a little introduction to it. The campaign itself, like I said, is set in the elemental plane of air. In my setting, the elemental plane of air is this kind of just vast sea of clouds with little islands of land smattered throughout it. And with airships that basically kind of float on this sea of clouds. The Sea of Clouds themselves is called the Veil, and an entire society has kind of built itself on this plane. It's controlled by a government called the Tempest Sovereignty. And the players will be playing the crew of a small airship that is trying to ink out an existence that will kind of fluctuate between legal jobs and some more less than legal affair. And that'll be entirely driven by the players' decisions. I have an entire map of the sovereignty, which I may share eventually, and campaign Bible and all that stuff. I can say if you're trying to figure out exactly what kind of show this is, think something like a combination between Firefly and maybe like Eberron-ish kind of stuff. Because a major theme of the campaign is going to be the idea of the differences between the haves and the have-nots, and power and balances, and just trying to eke out an existence on your own. Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. Also, because I'm also officially premiering a brand new system for the audience to actually join in the campaign. Now, brand new is a slightly kind of misnomer, because we've been doing this thing with Realms of the Wild, the Legend of Zelda Open Legends RPG I run for Zelda Universe. So it's not brand new, but it is been transferred into a new RPG system. Again, we use Open Legends for Realms of the Wild. This is going to be in the D&D 5th edition, so I did have to make some changes. But what it means, basically, is if you are watching, you can affect the game. And I'm actually going to go through kind of how that works in this introduction video. Now, one thing I'm going to say, all of these are done with channel points. Channel points are 100% free. You get channel points, which I call TJ Tales on my channel. You get them simply for watching me stream. Anytime I stream, it doesn't have to be this campaign. It doesn't even have to be D&D. You always will earn that. Subscribers earn double the amount of channel points. So if you subscribe to my channel, you get more. But by no means is that a requirement at all. We use a similar system for Realms, and there are quite a few people that are not subscribed that still get to have a major impact on the campaign. Some of the things that you can do, or I'll just kind of go through the list. Now, I'm not going to give specific point costs for any of these, because those are going to change depending on how how many people you use them in that, and whether they start becoming disruptive, or if they're not used enough. But these are some of the things you can expect to be able to give. One thing you can give is a reroll token. That's one of the cheapest things that you can spend your channel points on. And you literally just pick it, you choose a player to get it, and then if they get a bad roll, they can just use one of their reroll tokens, reroll it, and keep on going. On that same line, you can also give them inspiration. If you're not familiar with inspiration in the D&D 5th edition, there's technically two different versions of it. There's what's called Bardic Inspiration, where they actually get an additional die that they can roll and add to a roll. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about just regular inspiration, which lets them add advantage to a single roll, which in 5th edition is a big deal. Rogues get sneak attack on advantage, being able to roll twice and take the higher the two rolls increases your chance of hitting and succeeding. It's a really useful thing. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's always a nice thing. I'm gonna real quick because my AC just turned on. And then, in addition to that, there are the various potions of healing that you can get to basically heal someone in the cast in real time. So they start at a regular potion of healing, which is to do 2d4 plus 2 hit points for the lowest amount currently, and then they get progressively more expensive as they heal more, like potions of greater healing, superior healing, all the way up to supreme healing, which is 10 d4 plus 20 hit points. And that potion immediately goes to whomever you assign it to. So as soon as I see it pop up, they will roll for the healing, and they will get it right then. And if they're at maximum health at that point, they just get that little potion that they can use like any other potion later on in the game. So you're never really wasting it. So, yeah. Next, for a little bit more money, you can actually cast a first level spell on a party member. I do make the emphasis that they can't be like damage spells. Like you can't cast Burning Hands on a party member or something just to hurt them, because that wouldn't be too much fun. But something like casting Absorb Elements on players, so they take a little less damage, or Healing Word, or Cure Wounds. This is something like that. If you don't want to use a potion of healing, can be a lot of fun. And I'm interested to see what kind of spells people use the most. I limited it to first level spells simply because I don't want things getting too crazy with the audience kind of jumping in and doing really cool, awesome stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But anything that's been officially published by Wizards of the Coast, excuse me, is fair game for that. So this is how you find a spell in Xanathar's or in Tasha's new book that comes out, I think, in November. It'll be fair game until I find something that's truly broken. Going up, we get to something that's been really popular in Realms, which is the design an NPC with the DM. Basically, you get this reward, and then I will contact you via messaging on to Twitch. So we'll just have a private message, and you and I will talk about the kind of NPC that you want to be there. It could be a shop owner at one of these stations or in one of the cities. It could be, the matriarch of a family that owns a farm on a random island. It could be a rival, less than legal business person that they encounter on one of their jobs. It'll all depend on what you want to do and what I can feasibly do as part of the campaign. Now, NPCs in general are not going to be like combat allies or anything like that. They're simply going to be story points. But it's a way for you to effectively insert your own character that you've designed into the story to interact with the other players. So that's been super popular in Realms, and I can't see it not being popular here. Going up a little bit higher, there is one higher level spell that I give the audience a chance to use. I make it kind of expensive because it should be something that takes some investment, but you can cast Revivify on a party member. If a party member dies during the game, the audience chat can actually bring them back using Revivify. Now, remember, Revivify is a very specific spell. They have to have died within the past. It's either a minute or to 10 minutes. I have to look before I finalize it. But it has to be very quick after the death itself. And there are some penalties to it. But it could mean the difference between a player having to re-roll a character or being able to keep their character. So I thought that would be kind of fun. Please excuse me. I literally am recording this right after I woke up, so my voice is not warm at all. The other two things are also very popular in Realms. They are the add a monster to combat and add a boss encounter. These are both things you can do to challenge the party. You can choose to add a monster. You can choose to add multiple monsters. Sometimes you can just add a monster to a current combat this is happening. Other times it'll be a monster that will be added into a later combat encounter. Simply because I have my own limitations and I don't want to, if I get 5 people that all add monsters at this the same time, for 5th edition, as I've talked before, whichever side has more people on it and therefore more actions has a distinct advantage. So adding too many monsters, even low-level monsters, can massively unbalance an encounter. But your monster will show up. I may modify it a little bit to make sure it's something that's actually a challenge and not a death sentence. But it can be a fun way. We actually have one person in the Realms chat that has become pretty well known for creating boss encounters and stuff like that. And the cast loves them, chat loves them. Like, they're not considered a bad guy for doing it. It's just for fun. On that same line, there's the add a boss encounter. Which is going to be more expensive, and that one's going to require an actual conversation. Very similar to the design in MPPC. I'll message you onto the Twitch. We'll talk, and then your boss will show up somewhere. Now, depending on the boss you pick, again, I may modify this as a stats to make it a balanced encounter. And I may have to get kind of creative as far as how they counter it. Because if we're just, going through a heist, kind of scenario, and you decide that you want them to face an Utyug, that's gonna take some explaining to come up with a reason why they would be facing not just an Utyug, but a boss level Utyug. And that's another thing is these bosses will be designed or the boss encounter will be designed to be a challenging encounter. So if it's just as a single monster, I'm going to modify some stuff. I'm going to give it some legend points, stuff like that, so that the party actually has a challenge to defeat it. Yeah, those are the rewards I have, or redemptions I have right now for this campaign. I'm really excited for it. The cast is super excited for it. And I can't wait for you guys to check it out. If you haven't seen my stuff before, I stream the D&D stuff on Wednesdays at twitch.tv/TrainerJody. This particular campaign will be on the first and third Wednesdays of the month at 9 p.m. Central Time. So please, check it out. Show up in chat, earn some points, do some redemptions, interact with the Kikacast. It should be a ton of fun. Anyway, for those of you wondering when the next D&D Deep Dive or something like that's coming out, I will have another video out this week. I've just been putting so much work into finalizing this KK campaign that I just haven't had time yet. But there will be another one coming out this week, I promise. So anyway, that's all for me today. I will see you guys next time. And again, September 16th, 9 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/TrainerJody. Come watch us start traversing the veil. Bye-bye.